All right, moving along to Social Security. Congressman Bacon, the Social Security Administration believes it will be able to pay out in full benefits until 2037. There are two main proposals to address this: either reduce benefits or raise the cap on taxable income. What action do you want Congress to take?
Well, we need to take action for starters because we can't afford to have it go insolvent in 2037. I've seen actually 2034 and some numbers in between. What happens if we do nothing? When that happens, folks on Social Security will lose 25% of their benefits or their income immediately. So we have to take action, but it always gets demagogued. I support adjusting the retirement age for those who are younger, at 30 and younger, as a start. When Social Security was created, the life expectancy was roughly retirement age, but now it's going up to 84 for those who are younger. And yet our retirement age will be 67, so the math, we got to make the math work. I'm also willing to, with the caps, adjust it with inflation. But what the other side of the aisle wants to do is treat Social Security as a wealth redistribution program by taking the caps, which would raise the tax rates by 13%. And you combine it with the fact that my opponent wants Eisenhower-era tax rates, and you put those together, those taxes will be very high.
Social Security.
Sure. Well, first of all, your opponent does not want Eisenhower tax rates. Your opponent wants fair tax rates. And here's the deal. Congressman Bacon supports raising the retirement age. So think about that. Think about somebody like my uncle who works for a cable company, would be up on a ladder at 70 years old. If you're a banker, if you're a Wall Street broker, fine, maybe the retirement age could be higher. But for normal, regular people who are on their feet all day, who are nurses, who are actually doing jobs where it requires manual labor, I don't think raising the retirement age is the solution. He's also supported privatizing Social Security. This is money that people rely on for their retirement. This is money that people have earned. And it's un-American to think about this idea of privatizing it, which would leave it up to the caprices of the market. We need somebody who's going to stand up and fight for our seniors right now because they were relying on this money to live.
May I respond?
Sure.
Yes. I have never advocated for privatizing Social Security. And for raising the retirement age, it was for those under 30. And we went through this last election as well. The retirement age will be 84, and yet, or the life expectancy will be 84, and the retirement age will be 67. The math doesn't work. We have to find a way to close that gap, and we want to preserve it. But my opponent has supported, or Kara has supported, raising the caps, which is a 13% increase in taxes. But she told the Omaha World Herald that we should look towards the Eisenhower-era tax rates. And in the World Herald, it said that was 90% for the top rate. Put that together, it's too high.
Well, similarly, you told the World Herald that you supported privatizing Social Security. Sometimes the World Herald gets things wrong, sorry. But the reality is, you're talking about insolvency of a program that cannot actually be insolvent. 97% of Social Security is paid into by Americans who work to pay into it. So this idea that it will become insolvent is not true. It's a scare tactic.
We're going to move on to talk about abortion.